everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to share with you my favorites for the month of January 2016. There is a lot of stuff here, a lot. So with that being said, I'm just going to jump right into it. Alright, so first we're going to do this by category. I just think that's the easiest way to go through everything. And the first is foundation. I've had two favorite foundations this month. Pretty much I've used them separately, together. They've just been my go-to foundation. And that is the Too Faced Born This Way foundation in the shade Natural Beige. Such a pretty finish. This foundation just looks very natural on your skin. I mean, it really lives up to its name, Born This Way. It looks like your skin, but just so much better, healthy, glowy, just really, really pretty. Really love that foundation, love the finish. And the other thing that I've been loving is the Revlon Photoready Airbrush Effect foundation in the shade 4 Nude. Here's the packaging. This foundation, oh my gosh, I can't believe that it had so many negative reviews when I was looking it up. A lot of people don't like that it has these like micro fine glitter almost in it, but I wouldn't say even that. It just has some sort of shimmery effect to it that it looks really pretty on the skin. I love the way my skin looks when I wear this. I actually get a lot of compliments. The same thing as the Born This Way. It has a very skin-like appearance. It looks very dewy and just like healthy, you know, really healthy natural skin. Not matte, not too oily, just healthy looking. Yes, it does have the shimmer kind of effect to it, which is supposed to, I guess, like blur lines and just kind of, you know, look a little glowy on the skin. But you have to literally be like up on my grill, like in my face to see it. You can't see it if you're having a normal conversation with somebody. I use both of them with a beauty blender or my Kaolin Oh Wow brush. Both have the same effects, same finish for me. So I love these. Can't speak highly enough about them. So the next thing is concealer. My go-to concealer this month, actually it's what I use underneath whatever concealer I'm using this month, has been the Benefit Erase Paste in the shade 1 Fair. Now this is the perfect thing to wear under whatever concealer color you want to use of your choice to get rid of and negate dark circles under your eyes. It is a perfect, I don't know, you could pick it up right there, that pinky salmon color, it really does negate the dark circles under your eyes. It is a very emollient concealer though, so I do recommend maybe using a concealer brush, applying it to where you want it to go, you know, just under the eyes. You don't want to do the full triangle with this, just under wherever the darkness is, in the corner of your eyes, under your eyes, and then blending it out with the pointy side of a dampened beauty blender just to sheer it out and get rid of that cakiness that can happen with thick concealers like this. It's beautiful though. It really does clear everything. I mean, I'm like almost done with this. I'm kind of sad. Like, I don't know if you can see this. I'm like literally about to hit the bottom of this little jar, so I'm gonna have to get more. Been loving it though. Works really, really great. So the next thing that I've been using is a setting powder. Where is it? Here it is. Okay, it is the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder in Ethereal Light. And this powder is wonderful. It does have a little bit of a white cast when you initially put it on. You can see it right there. But once you use your brush, I use a flat powder brush to blend it out on my skin after I've let it, you know, bake or set for a little while, and you can see it becomes transparent. It's a great setting powder because it almost gives you a kind of healthy lit within without being like a highlighter. It just kind of makes your skin look super fresh. Love setting my under eye concealer with this, and sometimes just taking it lightly on a large fluffy powder brush and just setting a foundation that doesn't necessarily dry down all the way, and I don't want that tacky feeling. So this stuff is the bomb. Next, my favorite blush has been the Tarte Amazonian Clay 12-Hour Blush in the shade Doll Face. Here's the packaging, and here is the color. You can see that I've actually worn the pattern off on the top of the blush. I use it so much. This is a hard blush, so for you to really, you know, lose that embossed picture, you really are loving it. And I think I am wearing it today. And you can see I wore it very light, sheared out. I didn't want a heavy cheek. I just wanted something, you know, that looks like a nice little flush of color. So I've been loving this one. And then my favorite bronzer of the month has been the Milani. Oh, and let me actually swatch this for you so you can see it. Here's the blush. And you can see that it's gonna be such a soft pink color. It just gives you like that healthy pink glow when you don't, you know, if you were in a smoky eye or something that's much more dramatic, or a bright red lip and you just don't want a heavy face, you know, or heavy blush. This is such a perfect little flush of pink on your cheeks. Now, my favorite bronzer this month has been the Milani Baked Bronzer in the shade 5 Soleil. Here's the packaging, and here's the bronzer. The bronzer is great because it's one of those baked bronzers that has like gold veining. Can you see that gold veining in there? Isn't that just so pretty? I'm gonna swatch this for you on the back of my hand also. It does have a little bit of a glittery kind of micro shimmer effect to it, which I personally like. Somebody who prefers a matte bronzer, they're not gonna like this. There is a matte version of the baked bronzer. This is not the matte one though. All right, so here it is underneath the blush. It's so pretty. I like to, oh, it looks so glowy. I like to look like fresh and glowy, like I just came out of the sun. What I do with this is, you know, the typical, I frame around the edge of my face, but I'm wearing it today. And you can see how it shears out when you're doing it. This is a very heavy swatch, obviously. But I use it around the edge of my face and, you know, where my contour cheeks are. I use it on my neck a little bit if my foundation's a little too dark. So it's a great, great bronzer. Really, really like this one. Then my highlighters this month have been something new to me that I've had this one forever. This is the Kardashian Beauty Light Stroke Double-Sided Luminizer in the shade 356 Fantasy. Now here's what the packaging looks like. Okay, I got this a hot minute ago and I never used it. It was just sitting in my drawer with my highlighters and I thought, oh, you know, let me pull this out and see what I can do with it. All right, here's what it looks like on one end. It has this retractable kind of chubby pencil, and then on the other side, it has that roller kind of ball with the powder inside of it. You can really see. I'm gonna swatch this on the back of my hand for you. What I've been using this though for is highlighting my Cupid's bow, the top and bottom edge of my lips, and sometimes even filling in my lips a little bit and then, you know, rubbing it out with a finger and then putting my, you know, whatever lip gloss or whatever over it, and it just gives it a nice, healthy, glowy look to it. So I'm gonna swatch this underneath the bronzer. We'll do it right here. Here is what it looks like. It's just like a really pretty kind of, you know, opaly highlighter. And then underneath, I'm gonna put the powder just underneath that. The powder is literally the same color. It kind of almost just sets the pencil side. Okay, and here it is. Oh dear, here it is underneath. So we've got the pencil and the powder. And it's just really nice, you know, I like to use it in those little areas where it's a little more fine and I don't want to use a powder brush or a fan brush on my lips necessarily. So I've really been enjoying this a lot. And then the other highlighter that I'm loving, I got this from MAC. I got it as a sample. I got a few samples because I placed a couple of orders with MAC. And it's the Strobe Cream. What I like to do with this is, I put maybe a pea-size amount on the back of my hand, and then I take a damp beauty blender and take the pointy side, dap it in, and then I'll just stipple it across the tops of my cheeks and the tip of my nose, and that's it. I'm wearing it today, and you can see how glowy it is. It gives such like a healthy glow to your skin. I'm like obsessed with this. And I'm gonna swatch a little bit on the back of my hand, or on the back of my arm. Here is a super tiny amount. You see how little that is? There's like barely anything there. And when I blend it out very gently, it just gives this beautiful glow. Let's see, there it is. You see it right here? It's just like this beautiful, healthy glow. I love that. I'm all about like this like glowy skin. So I've been loving that. So now I've also been obsessed with this setting spray. I hauled this in January. This is my second bottle. I have been using it literally every day. It just gives such a natural, like it just blurs the powders on your face together, but it doesn't leave water pellets or, you know, like setting spray pellets. It's a nice mist, and it's the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Setting Spray. I mean, it's literally like $5 or $6. It's not a big jar, I mean, a big spray bottle. It's like, you know, it's maybe the size, a little bit smaller than the palm of your, or bigger than the palm of your hand is what I'm trying to say. Really works great. I mean, I love it. I mean, it really, really works well. I like it. It doesn't irritate my eyes. It doesn't irritate my skin. And it sets everything perfectly. So love this. So now we're going to go on to eyes now. Now, let's see. I have a whole bunch of stuff here, bear with me. All right, so my favorite eye primer this month, and I've been trying to finish it up thinking I just want to get through my primers. I pulled this out one day as kind of like a pan project, and I said, oh my, you know, I actually really like this. And it's the NARS Pro Prime Smudge Proof Eyeshadow Base. Now, as you can see, it's filthy. I've been using it like crazy. Let's upside down. And this is obviously a deluxe sample. It has a little doe foot applicator. And this stuff is like awesome. It really prevents creasing. It makes your colors like so much more vibrant. I love how this works. And I like the doe foot applicator because I like to bring it under my lower lash line, because I do like to smudge out my lower lash line with, you know, shadow, liners, whatever it may be. And it helps it last longer. So I'm really pleasantly surprised by this. I do want to finish a couple of other eye primers, but I will be buying this full size. That's how much I like that. And then my favorite eyeshadows this month. All right, so I've talked about it pretty much probably in any video that referred to eyes, and it's the e.l.f. Duo eyeshadow. I hold this part of a holiday gift set. The shades in this, it says nude and light brown, but specifically the creamy shade, which I believe would be considered, I guess, the nude shade. As you can see, I've really made quite the dent in it. It is the perfect brow highlight. What's going on outside? It is the perfect brow highlight and inner corner highlight shade when you just want something to brighten. You don't want shimmer, you don't want anything crazy, you just want to brighten the inner corner and the brow bone. It's just like the perfect shade. So I'm obsessed with this. I have to see if I can find the shade in a single just so I can have it. And then the next one is a Kat Von D shadow. It's a single shadow, and it's the Shade Shifter shadow in the color On the Road. Here's what the packaging looks like. It's that older packaging. And the shadow here. It is sort of like, it's a duochrome shadow. It has that teal to brown shift, as you can see. It has a sponge applicator that you can apply this wet or dry. When you use the special sponge that it comes with, it's a huge fat sponge. You just dampen it, you know, Fix Plus, water, whatever. And then that's why but the shadow doesn't get ruined by the wet. It's like really cool. So you get like either a really intense metallic duochrome, or you can just have a soft effect if you blend it out with just a brush. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna swatch this cream shadow first, the e.l.f. shadow, and then I'm gonna swatch the duochrome shadow too. So there's the e.l.f. and here's the Kat Von D. Oh my gosh, this shadow is so soft. This one's sort of like Max Club, or no, Max Blue Brown actually. Look at how pretty that is. Oh, obsessed. All right, so those have been two of my favorite shadows. Now there are a couple of other shadows that I've been using pretty much every day, you know, with some variation, you know, but pretty much I've been using these like crazy. And they're from the Urban Decay Vice 4 palette. And they are, let's see, how am I gonna do this? Okay, so the first one, is Framed. The second one from the second one down from the top, and Bitten. Those are two favorites. I'm gonna swatch those for you right now, and there's two other ones that I've been using a lot. All right, so we've got Framed and Bitten. Okay, so there's Framed and Bitten. Those are like the perfect, you know, kind of, I use the two of them to blend out my crease. So those are just great crease colors. And then the other two I've been using are right on top of each other. Let me see if I can read their names. Beat Down and Underhand. Okay, so now Beat Down is this gorgeous purple one right here, and Underhand is the one right underneath it. Love those. I've been loving purples this month. I've just been very into purples, and that duochrome one. What? All right, so here is Beat Down and Underhand. Look at how pretty those are. I love how Underhand is almost like a raspberry purple, where Beat Down is more of that blue kind of based purple. They're just so pretty. So these are all those colors. Now let's move on to eyeliners. There are two eyeliners that I've been using religiously. One is Urban Decay's 24/7 Glide On Pencil in the shade 0, which is just, you know, a gorgeous black. And I'll just swatch that underneath. It's just like such a black, perfect. I use it on days that I don't use like necessarily a liquid liner or something like that. I like to just put it in my outer of my eye, like the outer lash line on the top and the bottom, and then I smoke it out with a dark shadow, sometimes brown, sometimes black, whatever it may be. I did it today too. You can see, so it doesn't have like a heavy look. It's just like such a great black though. It's like very intense, very pigmented, really pretty. And the other one, this has been my favorites before, but I use it so much I can't not include it. It is the Ardency in Modster eyeliner in the shade Gold. Here's the packaging. The pencil's getting shorter and shorter. I'm like losing the letters and words on it. But gold isn't a traditional yellow gold as you would expect. It's more of an antique gold. It has a tinge of green bronze to it, which I love. It's just so pretty. And I like using this in my lower lash line a lot. So those are my favorite liners. My favorite mascaras this month have this one I got, I think, in a glossy box. It's the MTJ High Definition Mascara in HD Black. Here's the packaging. It's very simple, plain black packaging. Here is the logo. It's in a gold. I don't know. There you go. You can see it right there. It's in a gold metallic finish, and it's, you know, very simple. But I love this wand. Look at this wand. It just works so well. It's separating my lashes and plumping them up. I love this wand, and the formula of this mascara is just so wonderful too. I have very sensitive eyes, and I can't use a lot of mascaras because if they flake or if anything, you know, gets caught in my eye will be like bloodshot red for the rest of the day. This does not irritate my eye, so I love that about this. And the other one that I've been using, I got this one from, I think it was an Ipsy. It's the Jelly Pong Pong Fairy Lashes, and I'm assuming the color's in black. It doesn't say it on here, but it is black, so that's why I would assume it's black. And I like this one, not necessarily for the wand. The wand is just a traditional, you know, bristle wand. I like the formula. I really like the formula. Like the MTJ, it does not irritate my eyes. It's a nice black. It does not give such a dramatic look as the MTJ. It's more of a natural kind of, I'm not wearing any makeup today, I just want to put a little mascara on. You know, that's what this is, and I love this for that. Now, for lips. We've got 3 lippies here that I've been loving, and the first one is a Model Co lipstick, and it's a Party Proof matte lipstick in the shade Get Naked. Now these lipsticks are very similar to the Maybelline ones, the Maybelline mattes, because even though it says that it's matte, it's not matte like a traditional matte liquid lipstick. This has a very kind of like that kind of like dimethicone finish where it feels very comfortable on the lips. It does not have a matte finish as you would think. I'm wearing it actually right now. I'm wearing it topped with a gloss, but you see how it has a sheen to it? It's not a traditional matte. Even when it dries down a little bit, it's never dry, matte dry. It has a very like slip dimethicone finish. So, but I love it. It's such a pretty nude color. It kind of, I love that. I love nude lips. So the next thing I've been using, and I like to top most of my lipsticks with, is the CoverGirl Lip Lava in Lava Luster. As you can see by the packaging, it's like literally almost done. I have a little bit on the ends here and a little bit in the cap. The whole middle is like empty. I love this though. It has such a pretty soft finish because it has like silver shimmer in it, and it's kind of like a pinky nude base. It's just gorgeous. It just really can, you know, zhuzh up any lipstick. I want to swatch it underneath, just so you can see how, you know, soft and nude. It's nothing crazy. I have a couple of the other ones, but this is just like a nice everyday one. See how pretty that is? And it gives such a nice glossy finish. I love that. And the last lip product that I've been loving is by Cargo, and it is the Lip Gloss Quad in Tenga. And this is, as you can see when I show you, I've been using the heck out of it. Specifically this almost clear one. It has like almost like a pearlescent finish. This one right here in the corner, I'm using this one right now over the Model Co lipstick. This is more of a little more opaque color, as well as the darker one. So you got 2 that's more sheer and 2 that's more opaque. And I'll swatch these for you on my arm also. Okay, so let's swatch these real quick. I'm going to swatch them on my opposite arm because this arm is already full. Alright, so we're going to do this clear gloss. It has pink shimmer in it, and it has almost like a pearlescent finish to it. So I'm going to swatch it up here. I can try to get in a little closer. It's really pretty. It has like an opalescent pearly kind of finish. You can't see it too well in the camera, but in person, it's beautiful. So the next one that I'm going to do is the next one in the wheel. Let's see, we've got this light one, then we're going to do the one right next to the light one. They don't have names, I'm sorry. And I'm going to swatch it right underneath the pearly one. And this is the one that I'm wearing right now over the Model Co lipstick. It's such a pretty gloss. They're really nice glosses and they wear really well. So the next one I'm going to swatch is the first more opaque one. I'm just going to tap my finger in there a little bit and then swatch that underneath. It's actually a very pretty kind of almost terracotta-like color. It's very pretty. It's like a pinky terracotta. All right, and the last one is the deepest one in the pan. This one right here. And we're going to put that right there. And swatching that on the bottom. And there it is right there. So these are the lip glosses. These are great little quads. I like to apply them with the lip brush most of the time, unless I toss it in my purse and I just use my finger. I'm the only one using it. I'm not, sharing it with anyone, so I'm not too concerned, in that aspect about germs and whatnot. All right, so now I've got 3 more things here. My favorite perfume this month has been Roses de Chloe. This perfume smells so good. If you like rose scented things like I do, it smells incredible. It was a really cute story too. I went out with a girlfriend for a paint night and she asked me, she said, oh, your husband, she knows my husband, wanted to know what you wanted for Christmas, if there was anything special that you wanted. So I told her, oh, I really want this perfume because this is the large size and it's rather expensive. And I said, I'd really like to get that, but don't let him know, I really said that, just say she was talking about it or something like that. So Christmas came around, didn't get it from my husband. I was like, oh, pooh, she must have forgot to tell him. And then a couple of days later, we met up with our friends, they're a couple, and I opened up the package and she got it for me. I could not believe it. Like my jaw hit the floor. I literally was ready to start running around doing cartwheels in my living room. I was so excited. So yes, she's the best, Joanna. And all right, so the next favorite thing is, no surprise because I raved over it this month, is the Kaylin Oh Wow brush. Now mine is a little dirty because I literally just used it this morning and I haven't cleaned my brushes yet. I clean them at the end of the day with Cinema Secrets, which I should probably throw in this review because it is like the best. But I'll talk about that in a second. The Oh Wow brush is kind of, this is, I feel, a very similar, almost dupe to the Artis Oval, I think it's the Oval 6 brush, but it's like half the price. So I love it. It works so well. It really does blend out your foundation almost like a beauty blender. It's so great. I love this brush. I can't speak highly enough about it. I'll link the video down below to my review and demo of this because it just works so great. You gotta get one. You gotta get one. All right, so my last item of the month is a nail polish, and it is by Formula X, and it's the shade Alchemy. Here's what the bottle looks like. It's so pretty. Sorry about the fingerprints. It is a gorgeous kind of glitter metallic, kind of almost coppery rose gold goodness. It's so pretty. Here's what it looks like swatched. These are 2 coats. Or this is 2 coats. It is just so gorgeous. Look at how pretty that is. I love how shimmery it is. It's a great nail polish that if you just want to throw it on real quick and you don't necessarily want to use a base coat or a top coat, you're kind of running out the door and you just want to get something on your nails real fast, pow, it dries fairly quick and it's just so shiny and metallic. It just looks gorgeous and I get compliments every time I wear it. So definitely a must-have if you like nail polishes. So anyway, these are my favorites for the month of January. I hope you enjoyed everything. If you have any questions or, just, inquiries about any of the items that I spoke about today, leave me a comment. I will get back to you, I promise. And thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.